Hello, Internet, and welcome to my review for Sword Art Online Alicization, Episode 14. When we last left our heroes, Kirito was getting a bit more backstory from Cardinal about Cardinal herself and what her ultimate goals are, being wiping out the underworld, and beating Quinella. And Kirito sees that their goals are kind of aligned for a little bit. It's gonna help out for a little while, and then find another way to deal with the forces of darkness besides just killing everybody anyway. And so Kirito and Eugeo head out to the top floor to fight Quinella and get Alice's memories back. And on the way, pick up their swords. So before we go any further, just a reminder that still have my Winter 2019 anime review straw poll. We are a good way into the winter season now, but on Tuesday morning, that poll will close. We will know what we're only doing two new winter series. We're already doing 3 anime right now, and 5 is about as much as I can take. So yeah, anyway, do that, and then come back watch the video, Anyway, so, starting the episode, we immediately open on Kirito and Eugeo getting their swords back. And I'm glad for that. I'm really glad we did not have to have another fight with them swordless. It led to some cool moments with the chains during the Eldry fight. But at this point, any fights would have just kind of been Kirito and Eugeo trying to dodge attacks while they try to reach their swords. So I'm glad we don't have to sit through that. We just cut to the good part, get the swords and move on. And move on we do, because right before the new opening, the new enemy, Deusolbert, who ends up having a bit of a connection to Eugeo's past, shows up with his arrows to fight them. Cut to the OP. And the new OP, it's good. I enjoyed it. Time will tell if it lives up to Adamas, which was a great opening. But it's a fun fist-pumping song. I will say, whenever the few intro notes would play, the same sequence of notes plays over and over again throughout the song, 3 or 4 times during the song. And I always thought it was going to go into the first Irregular at Magic High School opening, because it sounded a lot like that. But besides that, it's a pretty good song. With a few really cool visuals, especially that shot, 2/3 of the way through the opening, of Quinella rising from the blood. That was a really good shot. And also, most importantly, it carried over that cute little, synchronized sword swinging Kirito and Eugeo did in the first opening. I love it. And they have a new cool little handshake thing at the end. I love that. I love that part so much in Adamas, and I'm really already digging it here. But anyway, back to the plot itself. As Kirito and Eugeo, first they dodge normal arrows from Deusolbert. And that goes fairly well. They don't really get hit by the normal arrows. And then Deusolbert runs out and starts using this giant fuck-all flaming arrow. Except Deusolbert says that he's not going to kill them, which leads me to a bunch of questions. First off, why not? Why, assuming that Deusolbert is working under Quinella's orders, why does Quinella want to keep Kirito and Eugeo alive here, and not on the 50th floor in the cathedral that we're going to see probably next episode, or maybe the episode after that? But after they beat Deusolbert, he tells them, but getting ahead of myself here, but after they beat him, he tells them that, when they reach the 50th floor, they're going to be a shit ton of Integrity Knights, and unlike Deusolbert, who was not trying to kill them, they will kill them. That's their goal, take no prisoners. So what's the difference? First off, why would Quinella want them to live anyway? Maybe she wants to make them Integrity Knights. Maybe that's what she does with all people who break the Taboo Index, like we saw with Alice. But also, why would Deusolbert not kill them when the other Integrity Knights are going to? I don't quite get that. Maybe it'll make sense as time goes on, but for now, it's kind of weird. And here's something I could have mentioned a couple videos ago, but I'd not quite thought about it. It can be inferred that the Integrity Knights are really, don't interact with the public much at all. We see that, Deusolbert was the one who took Alice. I'll get to that in a little bit. But, we clearly see the Integrity Knights don't talk to the people on like they're not like officers you see on the street corner that you can like chat up. Especially like given the fact that Integrity Knights are seen as this kind of like cool job that people like aspire to become. If the Integrity Knights interacted with the people, they would quickly find out that like that's what people see Integrity Knights as, and that Integrity Knights are not seen as brought down from the land of the heavens to serve humanity, or to serve Quinella, I should say, which would make them call their own past into question, as we see, especially once we find out Quinella's very specific memory-altering shtick. That's very much not in Quinella's like game plan. But after all that talking, we get to the great fight. It's a really good fight. I'm a sucker for strategy, as has been well documented over my hundreds of videos. And Kirito, like, sussing out that the Archer Knight, the Deusolbert's, I wrote this note before I found out his name, the Deusolbert's, like, Phoenix Arrow thing takes a while to charge. I am all here for it. Also, it's just, this whole fight is a sequence of really cool shots. There's the shot of, like, it breaking through all the little ice shields Kirito sets up. As it gets to the last one, it, like, morphs into a phoenix. And then it breaks through the ice and is repelled by the sword shield defensive skill. It's a bunch of really cool shots back to back to back. And honestly, the whole fight is just so badass. As Eugeo, like, leaps up, and, there's that great shot of, is the thumbnail for this video, of, him, like, in the air, sword held high, as, like, the flaming, like, debris, like, is all around him. It's a great shot. And then there's the bit where they finally, like, clash sword to bow, and, Eugeo, like, wills the cryogenic, like, element of his sword to, like, that's lasted for centuries to, like, stand up to the flaming arrow, and it works, and it's so cool. And, it's been well established that, like, in the underworld, like, drive and motivation is, like, a big part of how things function in the underworld. And so it's not out of left field that, like, Eugeo wills his way to victory. It is a tad, like, anti-strategy, I guess. Maybe Kawahara didn't want to deal with having a bunch of strategies for all the people they're fighting in this arc. I don't know. Either way, it still worked. It still works either way, so I'm not complaining too much. But after that, Eugeo gets a good slice across his chest, ending the fight. And we find out, once Eugeo asks his name, that he's the knight who took Alice. And I really like this decision, because not only is he the knight who took Alice, he's just this genuinely, like, honorable, stand-up kind of dude. Kawahara has this habit of making these villains these, like, cackling, douchebag villains. Think Oberon, or think Kyoji in Phantom Bullet, or think Ryos and Humbert, like, 4 episodes ago. Kawahara villains tend to be over-the-top, dramatic, just pure evil incarnate, to the point of, like, caricature at times. And so I really like the decision to have him not be that. Making him honorable, and, like, in the middle of surrendering when Eugeo learns who he is, adds so much drama to the scene. Because as soon as Eugeo finds out who he is, everything, like, just shifts, He's, like, we've seen the super, like, nice Eugeo all throughout the series, but this is really the first we've seen him be, like, full hatred and, like, nothing else. Even with Humbert and Ryos a few episodes ago, there was still a bit of desperation, a bit of, like, this is what has to be done in order to save Ronnie and Tisei. He doesn't need to kill Deusolbert here. He just really wants to. And there's that great shot at the very end of this long conversation as, like, Kirito, fills in Deusolbert on, like, on the truth of the Integrity Knights that I'm not going to go into here because we all kind of know that. But there's this long shot as, like, Kirito walks away and he looks back, and then, like, the camera, like, shifts from Eugeo's face to Deusolbert's face, and you wonder, and Kirito wonders, is Eugeo just gonna, like, let loose and just kill Deusolbert right here? And then he doesn't. But we see how close he was to that line. And when he sees Quinella, who's, like, fully responsible for what happened to Alice, who knows what he's gonna do? I can't wait to find that much out in the coming episodes. So I love that whole scene with Deusolbert. Everything with Deusolbert was so good. The fight was good. The conversation at the end was good. Good fucking shit with Deusolbert. The ending scene frustrates me quite a bit. Because they're talking about their, like, perfect control art, or whatever it's called, right? Perfect weapon control, I think it's called. And Eugeo is, like, worried that his art is not really offensive-based. But Kirito's like, oh, don't worry, it's a good match for mine. And Eugeo's like, oh, what's yours? And Kirito's like, oh, you'll have to wait and see. And like, no, that's not good strategy. That's not how you strategize. Surprising your ally is just not a very good strategy, Kirito. So that's my soapbox for that. And then the episode ends with 2 weird kids showing up, who are on the cover of book 12. Don't know much about them, because I'm only on book 10 in the books, so I don't know what happens next. But yeah, then we have our new ending. The new ending, my thoughts, it's pretty good. The visuals are alright, they're very simple, unlike the opening that's like all over the place. But the song is really pretty. I really like it. It's a really good song. It's definitely the better of the 2 new songs, in my opinion. But yeah, there's not a whole lot to talk about with it, though. It's really simple, but it's a really nice song. So yeah, this was a really fun episode. Had a great battle sequence. God, the fight was so good. I cannot express in words how intense that fight was. It was phenomenal. In a really interesting but brief relationship with Deusolbert and Eugeo, as Eugeo deals with like the fact that the man who directly caused like his life's purpose is right in front of him. He's able to kill him. He's asked to kill him, and he still doesn't. He still like pulls back the last moment. And as I mentioned before, this is definitely the most like pure rage we've ever seen in Eugeo, which is a certainly interesting thing to see in him. I have flipped through. I'm not actually this far in the books, but I've like flipped through last week's content in the books, just like because I was bored, I guess. And like Kirito calls him like honesty in clothing, and like that's Eugeo. He's just an honest person. He's just an honestly like nice guy. And Eugeo, and here he's not. He's like full on right about to kill Deusolbert before Kirito like pulls him back from the line. So I'm curious to see where this like dark side of Eugeo is gonna go. But next time we have to deal with these 2 girls who I don't know anything about them. They're kids, Kirito notes, and a cathedral full of knights that we don't stand that much of a chance against. So we'll see where it goes with that. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed the video and the episode itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe or fill out that straw poll down below or, you know, do whatever the fuck you want. I don't really care. And as always, people, keep kicking ass and I'll see you in the future. Bye!